So, this whole weekend there has been countless of articles of people saying theaters are back with the no box office numbers of the weekend. But are they really back? Well, I'll analyze the numbers here and tell you if theaters are really back. Hi, hope you're having a great day. This is J Entertainment, myself. Before we get started, I have done videos regarding the box office before. For example, I have a video called Why It All Depends on Fast and Furious 9's box office. So if that calls to your attention, please go check it out. Link will be in the corner, either whenever this video is done or right now if you want to. Oh, also my playlist. I also have a playlist regarding box office numbers and charts and all that, and it's called JFJ Analysis. And yeah, if you're interested in those type of things, go click it. The link is gonna be in the corner too. It's gonna be called JFJ Analysis. So yeah, feel free to check that out after this video or while you're watching this video. But yeah, feel free to check it out. Also, subscribe to get more content like this. I'll try to do a video regarding the box office and charts and all that around every week. So if you're interested, please subscribe to get more videos like that. Now, let's get started. So, this Memorial Day weekend, we finally got some good numbers in the box office. Let's go. With movies like The Quiet Place 2 and Cruella debuting on theaters with good opening weekends. This caused a lot of people to say that theaters are back, but to that I would say not so fast. Why? Well, let me explain with clear examples. I'm going to start with Cruella. Cruella made $21 million on the first 3 day weekend and $26 million and a half dollars on the 4 day weekend since Monday was Memorial Day. So you can count the 4 day weekend. This was done with the movie being simultaneously released on Disney Plus for $30. We have no idea how much this could have affected the movie. We have no idea how well it did on Disney Plus, how bad it did on Disney Plus. But for its debut weekend, I would say it did good money if we're comparing it to other pandemic movies. It basically did around the same as Mortal Kombat. However, we're talking profit. If we're talking profit wise, Disney got more profit with $30 Premier Access. I'm pretty sure that's more profit than what Mortal Kombat did on HBO Max. So there's that. So this is relatively good, or at worst, it was an okay opening weekend for Cruella. But I think it's good news for theaters. However, if we keep comparing it to Mortal Kombat, then Mortal Kombat dipped 73% on the second weekend, which is huge. That was huge. And this is the problem that I see people not taking into account when they say theaters are back, which is that this was only the opening weekend. Movies can drop, as proven by these movies. Because, well, I doubt Cruella would drop as hard as Mortal Kombat. I think that it was to be in the 60s and most likely 60 in the high 60% that it would drop, which would be really bad for the movie industry, showing movies no longer have strong holds as they did pre-pandemic. Showing theaters aren't actually back. The reason for the drop of Mortal Kombat is the HBO Max component. So this will without a doubt hold the hold of Cruella, since Cruella is in Disney Plus, but for only for Premier Access. But different from that movie, this movie actually has some pretty strong word of mouth, meaning that it has some potential to hold, but I'm not really sure, since we know that Mortal Kombat wasn't received very well by critics and the fans. I think it was pretty divided among the fan base. And Cruella, well, it started kind of divisive. I think now there's a pretty good word of mouth. This whole weekend there was pretty good word of mouth, so I think it has the potential to have a stronghold, but I'm not sure since it's also on Disney Plus. But yeah. Okay, now let's move on to a movie that doesn't have a streaming simultaneously component. My bad, and that is A Quiet Place 2. It is exclusive to theaters for 45 days. 45 days until it goes to Paramount Plus. So does this movie save theaters? Well, let's analyze. This movie had a $40 million 3 day opening weekend, and it did $58.5 million on the 4 day weekend, which is pretty good. That was great. The Quiet Place 1, for comparisons, The Quiet Place 1 did $50 million on the 3 day opening weekend, which is more than the money than The Quiet Place 2 did by $2 million more. But it did only $54 million on the 4-day weekend, while this movie, the second one, The Quiet Place 2, did 55. Oh no, 58. My bad, $58 million on the fourth opening weekend. So that's a $4 million difference. So we're starting to see here that The Quiet Place 2 is starting to be The Quiet Place 1. And that is in the middle of a pandemic with limited capacity and limited theaters. Crazy. So, does this movie save theaters? Well, let's take a look. So, this movie really seems like it's going to bring back theaters, or like it brought back theaters, more likely. However, let's take a look at the previous record holder for the biggest opening weekend in the pandemic, which is Godzilla vs. Kong. Now, that movie dropped a 58% on the second weekend to $113.4 million. Now, that was an okay drop, not good, not bad. That was with an HBO Max component. It was on HBO Max while it was on theaters for 31 days. So this leads me to think that A Quiet Place 2 can actually hold its own and have a small drop, since that one, like I said, doesn't have a streaming component right now, playing it, while Godzilla vs. Kong did on HBO Max, and it still had a 58 opening weekend drop, so it wasn't even in the 60s. So this could let me think that maybe we'll have a small drop, The Quiet Place 2. However, let's take a look at another movie that was also theaters exclusive that just came out last week overseas and did amazing numbers on opening weekend, and that is Fast and Furious 9. Now, this movie did amazing numbers last weekend, or especially in China. Like, whoa, it was as good as they did pre-pandemic, which is crazy, with limited capacity and theaters are still opening and all that stuff. So that's crazy. However, this weekend we didn't get such great news, since Fast and the Furious 9 dropped a devastating 84% this weekend. That's a pretty bad drop. That's a really bad drop. That is so crazy, and it is worrying, since that movie was exclusive to theaters, just like The Quiet Place 2. However, that movie had very mixed reviews, while The Quiet Place 2 has amazing reviews. But the movie does go to Paramount Plus in 45 days, so I think that could definitely hurt the movie's legs. Probably not next weekend, but after that, and so on and so on. However, this is just a speculation. But the second weekend for this movie is a wild card. It really is a wild card. I think it could be awesome and amazing, or it can be really bad and everybody just realized that theaters aren't back. I do, however, think that even if this movie does great, I think we still need a bigger blockbuster to truly show if theaters are back or not, and that they can truly deliver opening weekends like they did before, with over $100 million on a single movie. I do think that movie is Fast and Furious 9, since that one hasn't come out in the US yet. It only came out in China. I think if The Quiet Place 2 and Fast and Furious 9 do great, then we can safely say that theaters are back, and that if studios put their movies only on theaters, then they will be able to generate good revenue. However, until that fully proves it, I think theaters are not back, or at least not fully. However, this weekend was quite promising. Now we'll just have to wait and see how the rest of the Quiet Place box office does, as well as Cruella, and then see what a big giant blockbuster spectacle like Fast and Furious 9 can deliver on the big blockbuster that it would have been easily over $100 million opening weekend pre-pandemic. That's why when people say theaters are back, I think not so fast. That will be it for this video. Please make sure you like and subscribe for more content like this. I also have, like I said, a video on why it all depends on Fast and Furious 9's box office, and clearly you see that it kind of connects with this video. So if you want an expansion of this video on the Fast and Furious side, go check it out. Link will be in the corner. I would really recommend it if you enjoy this video. Also, check out my playlist, JFG Analysis, for more videos like this on charts and box office and all that. Link will be in the corner too. Also, leave me your thoughts in the comments on whether you think theaters are back or not. And if you went back this weekend, then how was your experience? I'm really curious to hear how was people's experiences in the theater. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. And this is James Entertainment, out.